I'd like to introduce you to Brent Leatherwood. He's the acting president of the Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission of the Southern Baptist Convention. Brent, welcome to our annual meeting.
Well, thank you, Tim, and it's so good to be virtually with our partner churches there in Iowa, and we are so thankful for the leadership that you are providing Iowa Baptists.
All right, thank you. Well, speaking of leadership, where's Dr. Moore?
Well, as probably a number of folks there in Iowa know, Dr. Moore left as president of the Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission on June 1st of this year. And so we have gone through a bit of a leadership transition as we are trying to figure out who God has that will be leading the ERLC into the future.
All right, very good. It's your acting president. Go ahead, introduce us a little bit, and we'd like to hear your story.
Sure. Yeah. So my name is Brent Leatherwood, and I get the privilege of leading this organization at this time. And I think this is a critical time, this time of transition. Earlier in September, our trustees of the ERLC, they named me acting president and asked that, I would just continue to serve and lead the organization in the months ahead while our presidential search team carries out its work. We are expecting that by next June, when Southern Baptists gather in Anaheim, California for our next annual meeting, we will likely have identified who the next president of the ERLC is.
All right, very good. Thank you. Congratulations, Brent. We're glad for your service. Why don't you outline for us a few bullet points on what you would say were the primary objectives or functions of the ERLC?
Sure. So our main objective is to help our churches understand the moral demands of the gospel, particularly as it relates to public policy. We have a very missions-oriented mindset, just like our sister entities at the IMB or NAM. We see ourselves as being sent into the public square, whether it is nationally on Capitol Hill or in our courtrooms and advocating for life or religious liberty. We see it as our duty to carry forward what our messengers have told us is a priority for the SBC.
All right, very good. When you look back in the last 12 months, what would you say are some of the highlights of the ERLC and what you've been able to accomplish?
Well, one just happened this fall. We were very excited to do our very first international ultrasound machine placement. We have the opportunity to place that overseas in Northern Ireland, which is a truly significant win. At the same time, you can't talk about the last year without some of the challenges related to COVID. And, I would say we have been able to help a number of pastors navigate those instances. And I think our legal work for the SBC has really done some great things. In the summer of 2020, we were actually cited by the U.S. Supreme Court on the issue of ministerial exception, which essentially states that churches and religious organizations be allowed to hire the people who agree with their deeply held religious convictions. Those are some of the highlights over the last year for sure.
All right, very good. If you had 1 minute left of our conversation and would like to address pastors and staff and messengers of Baptist Convention of Iowa churches, what would you have to say?
Your ERLC, we are focused like a laser on issues of life and religious freedom and protecting human dignity. And we think that really carries out the will that is expressed at by our messengers to be your voice in the public square. And we are so grateful for your partnership, your cooperative partnership to help fuel our work in the public square.
All right, Brent, thank you. Thank you for the time today, for the report and update, and for your service this year. And may God bless you as you continue to lead the ERLC over these next several months.